Hey, good morning, everyone. Hope you survived your weekend and I don't know, found ways to entertain yourself. Luckily, the weather's getting a little better. So, yesterday was a great day to get outside and hopefully, go explore a little bit. It's kind of beautiful weather out. Today's pretty foggy, but get out, try to find things to keep you occupied, keep you busy. Hopefully, by next week at this time, we'll actually have some semblance of school in session. So, life will at least feel a little bit normal. We're gonna keep rolling with some phonology today. I gave you your pun of the day, so let's go with our phonology over here. Bam, there you go. So today for phonology, we do have the morning cloak butterfly, which is typically the first butterfly that we see in the springtime. So even today, I haven't seen any yet, but if you get out today or tomorrow or the next few days, there's a good chance you'll be able to find morning cloaks flying around. Now, the reason that we can see morning cloaks first, or the reason that they are the first butterflies, because we always think about monarchs. That's everybody's most familiar butterfly, the butterfly that people know about. We know that monarchs in the fall do what? Yeah, they migrate. So monarchs are slowly migrating back. The morning cloaks are able to be our first butterflies to appear around here as adults because they hibernate like a lot of other butterflies do. In fact, most of our butterflies, monarchs and red admirals, are the only butterflies that migrate from Minnesota. But what makes morning cloaks different is they hibernate as an adult, where most of the other butterflies will hibernate as an egg or they'll hibernate inside their chrysalis. Morning cloaks hibernate as adults, so as soon as the weather gets up 40 degrees or so, they can come out. They've been underneath the bark of trees. They have been, in logs, things like that. So when they come out, they're already adults flying around. Now, we should talk like last fall. We talked about insects. When you get to fall, when the weather starts to change, they have four options. Okay, of what they can do. One would be to migrate. Okay. Another one would be to hibernate. Another one would be find a way to survive. And then the fourth one, which is what most insects end up doing, is just to die when the weather gets bad. Obviously, these guys migrate. We should also point out we know they're butterflies and not a moth because one, when they land, the way they hold their wings, butterflies hold their wings out. Okay? See a butterfly like this, where moths tend to fold their wings down on their back, almost like a triangle pattern. Moths tend to have feathery antennas. If you think back to the moth that we had in class a couple weeks ago, that big, let's say Prometheus moth, it had feathery antennas where butterflies have regular pointy antennas. Butterflies tend to be out during the daytime, which is why you'll be able to find a morning cloak. And also, when they pupate, butterflies form a chrysalis where moths spin a cocoon out of silk and stuff like that. Let's talk about the name real quick. Morning cloak. Okay, as you can tell, very similar to when we talked about the morning dove. The way it is spelled tells you it's not morning like good morning. It's morning like being sad. So a morning cloak, if you think of a cloak, a robe, something that people would traditionally wear, not today anymore, but back in the olden days, a robe that they would wear while they were in mourning, and it would have typically been in the dark brown and black colors. So that reminded people of that. So their name comes from that. Now, morning cloaks. Obviously, the biggest issue that a butterfly would have right now, other than staying warm, which their dark color allows them, especially when the sun is out, you'll find morning cloaks sitting in the open with their wings out, almost like a little solar panel, just collecting that sunlight, trying to stay warm. The other problem they run into is finding food. Okay, there's not a lot of flowers out. There's really no flowers that are blooming right now. So, any guess as to what they're going to feed on? Anything? No, not yet. Okay. No, because they don't have a mouth for that. There you go. Exactly. Yeah, they feed on the sap from trees, like maple trees and things like that. Which, if you noticed a lot this weekend, there's been a lot of sapsicles broken branches and things, and the sap drips down and then freezes at night. So, but that sap coming out, if you look on the side of a tree, like if there's a scratch or a cut on the tree and the sap is oozing out, a lot of times these butterflies will be all over that and they drink up the sap. It's a nice sugary liquid for them. All right. What else can we say about mourning cloaks? They will very soon, probably in the next few weeks, they will get together with another mourning cloak, a female. They will mate. She will lay eggs, and then the eggs will be relayed. They'll hatch in, I don't know, late spring, early summer. You'll have the caterpillars by July. They will typically go into their chrysalis, where they'll come out as an adult, and then they'll spend the rest of fall around here. We don't see them that often, probably because of the leaves and the other activity that we have. They're not a real bright colored objects, so they don't stick out too much, especially when there's other things around. But this time of year, when there's not a lot of other activity, as far as especially from insects, we do notice them. But they'll be around until it starts to get cold, and then they'll find a place to hibernate. So the adults really spend close to 10 months as an adult, which is a long time, even though most of it is hibernating. All right, so that is the mourning cloak butterfly. Now I'm going to try something a little different here and post this to Google Classroom and see if that works. I've never tried it. I've been kind of playing around with it a little bit this weekend, but I want to see what happens if I post it to Google Classroom. So make sure everyone should have gotten a code that you can follow to sign up for Google Classroom, and then we'll see how this appears on there. So have a great Tuesday. Hope things are going well for you. Again, if you have any questions, any concerns, any issues, send an email. I guess stay strong. It's kind of a struggle, and I think it's going to be a long struggle for us. But we'll get through this, and then you'll have great stories to to tell in years to come. All right, enjoy your Tuesday. I'll check in with everybody again tomorrow. Have a great day, and take care.